Welcome to Reddit Reader. Redditors, was there a time when you helped someone and you ended up regretting it? I once bought a sub for a homeless guy who was asking for change outside of a sub shop, and when I offered it to him, he said, "Yeah, how about we go to the men's room and I'll give you a hot lunch?" I was at the park playing with my kids. A neighbor drove past, saw us, and the mom asked if her kids could join mine while she went to the grocery store for a second. 2 hours later, my kids are ready to go home, and I've still got the neighbor's kids. I cram everyone, 7 kids total, into my vehicle without nearly enough seats or seat belts and proceed to drive home. The neighbor's car is in her driveway. I knocked on the door to drop off her kids. She's watching TV. There wasn't even a thank you. Never again. Yes, I used to help friends and family with computer problems. Now I don't know anything about these new devices. I'm out of date. Apparently, helping once makes you their personal IT guy for life. A lady that worked for my family asked for an early paycheck so she could bail herself out of jail on a DUI charge. I took the money in, not knowing that I had to sign paperwork to be responsible for her while out on bail. I signed it, but received no info on when her trial was scheduled. She lied to me about when it was. I covered her shift so that she could go to court. A month later, she and her boyfriend skipped town in the middle of the night. A week after that, I got a call from the bail bondsman asking where she was, as she hadn't showed up for court. Had to pay back the bond of $5,000 if they couldn't find her. I lucked out, though, 'cause they got caught committing another crime 1,000 miles south and went straight into custody. Friend asked me for $1 in the kindergarten lunch line. Later, cashier lady told me I don't have enough money for my own lunch. It was a sad day. A homeless person came into my unlocked place of business one night. It was very cold, and instead of hiding in our stairwell or trespassing or being a stumbling drug addict nuisance like many other homeless people are in our city, he came up to us and said very calmly, "Hey, I'm homeless and I'm cold. Do you have an extra coat?" He didn't seem to be on anything, just a normal-looking guy looking for some help. My manager got 2 coats from Lost and Found, and I got my military-grade sleeping bag from my car, extra toiletries, and $20. He was very thankful. Months later, he came back during the day, screaming at another one of my managers demanding coats, high on some serious drugs, demanding help because we helped him last time. I mean, making an absolute scene. I worked at a upscale establishment, so he was really being a piece of shit, causing a real disturbance. Basically, all the managers were talking about who the fuck let this guy into our business and who was giving him free shit. Where I used to work, we dealt with the homeless and mentally ill on a daily basis because it was a city and our doors were unlocked. Especially if it's cold out, our shift was pretty chill as long as you're not tripping and you only come in to warm up for a couple hours, leave when we tell you to leave, and we don't see you all the time. It's cold outside. We get it. We have a heart. But we really went out of our way to help this guy, and he just shit all over us. He even came back a third time with his homeless buddies. That was a shit show too. I was really embarrassed and disappointed that this guy turned out to be such a drugged up douche bucket. We have to be very, very, very careful about who and how we extend our kindness. It was a gut punch to have this great interaction, helping someone, and for him to come back screaming at the staff because we helped him once. Then him bringing back his drugged up buddies. It teaches me to be a little more selective in how and when I help someone. I go out of my way to help the homeless when I can. I usually have a spare coat in my car at all times because I see so many people without one. But then I'll give out a coat at 3 in the morning to some cold methed out guy on the street, and he'll try to hit me up for extra shit. Like, no, I'm not driving you to your buddy's house to buy drugs. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe so you don't miss our next upload.